Good evening, welcome to Stripped Down Live, our second episode. I'm your host, Curt Smith. I've had a very trying week off in the Bahamas, as you do after the stress of show one. Tonight we have a real treat for you. We have Carina Rand in the studio. And as usual on this show, you can join in. Later we'll be taking your questions. You can watch on strippeddownlive.com. You probably already are. You can tweet in questions. We're at Strip Live on Twitter. Join in the chat room, Skype in. We'll be here for at least an hour, probably longer, enjoying the music of Carina Rand. So please say hello.
Pick up the phone. I'm pregnant with your baby. I wanted you to know the dreams I've been having lately. I wake up, I walk out from an explosion, and the city speaks in the sirens, and the wreckage is my angel of devotion. Dying light inside him, and I try to tell you something, but my mouth fills up with water. You say finally you found me, and suddenly I'm drowning. Pick up the phone. I'm trying to say sorry, the things that you should know, weighing heavy on me. Well, it's nothing, can't be fixed with a hot bath and a fifth of mother's ruin, or forgot for the duration with deranged and maybe even drunken sex with strangers. And his wife didn't stop crying for at least a week, he told me, but at least she got the kids and $500,000. I just assumed that she was sleeping, and I fall in love in the only way that I know, as I dive into the mouth of a hungry volcano. Now walk, not recognizing sad reflections as I lay next to the next one with you on my mind. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Thank you. We've seen, the things we know, dream in telepathic beams. Don't go round, don't go. Cocooned in my heart there is you, glowing like the moon. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do. You and me, a park in King's Heath, the rain on our toes and on the ground, ecstatic feeling, naked and cartwheeling, doing nothing wrong. Oh Lord, a memory captive in time, an innocent crime. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I miss you, I do. Your voice in the winter enlightened me, a fire in the mountains, black-fingered trees waving madly, causing explosions, bringing the sky to smithereens. For you and me, I miss you, I do. I wish you a love that's pure and a happiness that's true. All that you've wanted and more. Divine abandonment, but my beautiful friend, most of all, I wish I could see you again. I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I love you, I do, 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 oh, do, 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 do. I miss you, I do, 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 do. I miss you, I do. Thank you. It is getting hot in here, isn't it? The moon, the color of our bone was full and low. The day I left LA, before the sun had even faded. LA, delightful and deranged. Your ugly neon rays, they find a hole and penetrate it. I've gotta go, I can't stay, I've lost my way, I've lost my way. The taste is on my lips. There is no other taste as sweet as this. Another night, another miss is what I've come to. I ask myself again, is what I've given up worth what I get when I'm too far to be close, but I'm too close to be this far away from you. Gotta go. Just my way. I can't stay. That's just my way. That's just my way. To start a fire and then run away. Run away. And then leave the ashes to blow into someone else's face. Over water, over stone, 5,000 miles and counting, nothing to show. Into arms, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. It's you, it's you, it's you. Yours is the heart I twist the knife into 10,000 feet and falling. It's you, I'm coming home to. I've gotta go. Just my way. I can't stay. But that's just mine, it's just mine, it's just mine, it's just my way. Start a fire and then run away, and then leave the air just to go in to someone else's face. I'll leave the air just to blow in to someone else's. Watch the catastrophe turn in to someone else's.
Welcome to my lounge. I even moved chairs.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Are you getting hot now?
Yes.
Complaining about it was too cold before.
Well, I was shivering.
And now you're too hot.
No, I'm not too hot.
No.
I could never be too hot.
Now this was you were saying it's the first time you played in like a year?
Yeah, the last time I had a show was my EP release show in May of last year.
2009 though.
Yeah.
Okay. Things you should know EP.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a month residency though, so it
It's
ended
been
in
what,
June.
a year and 4 months.
Mhm.
So you were a little nervous beforehand.
Mhm.
You feeling
Still
better
am.
now? Still am. Do I frighten you?
Yeah, you frightened me.
Oh yeah.
You're a
I'm
big
not
bad
a little
monster.
scared.
I've heard so much about you.
I think we should actually tell people that we have actually met before.
Yeah, we did once meet.
Once. Came to my house.
I did come to your house. Very beautiful house.
Thank you.
You showed me Rumi.
Actually, that was the one thing I was impressed of. You were one of the few people that come to my house who know who Rumi is.
Really?
Yeah. Most people are like, what's that? Yeah, some old Persian guy, whatever.
You told me it was good. This is what you said to me, and I always remembered it, and it's true. That's really good for when you're going through a nervous breakdown. That's what you said, Rumi, or something.
Was I going
or,
through a
no,
nervous
or
breakdown?
No, I think or a midlife crisis or something.
Well, midlife crisis I'm constantly going through, so that's, you know, that's a given.
I've been going through those since I was 10.
No, actually, I think Rumi, well, I don't know. I would have imagined it would be something I'd take on tour. That would be something that would get me through those
Quiet
kind
and
of, well, just non-stop boredom of touring in hotel rooms, you know, when you see the same thing every day, day in, day out.
You don't choose porn and computer games.
That's normally at night, actually. No. No, I don't. And computer games I don't play, which is weird. I mean, ever since I actually owned a computer and went online, I don't play games on them anymore. I used to use them for games, but now I use them for useful things.
I guess if your daughters had turned out to be sons, you'd probably...
I probably would be playing very violent gun games, but no, the kind of games they play, I'm not... Princess games? No, not really interested in. So I was looking before, you know, coming out, I'm like doing all the research, even though we'd already met before. And some similarities that I was sort of looking at. Well, one, you were brought up in a place called Low Hill, right?
Yes.
Was it a council estate?
It wasn't a council estate, but it was very near to a council estate.
Oh. So I was brought up in Snow Hill.
Really?
Which was a council estate in Bath, yeah. But yours in Wolverhampton, a bit further
Bath.
off. Yeah, which is, you know...
Well, there's a Snow Hill in Birmingham as well, which is really close to Wolverhampton. A lot of the American viewers, they'll be just going, what are you talking about? But
what, with the accent, you mean, or just the general?
Just the very small pockets of English cities that we're talking about.
Well, yeah, because England to Americans is about like that big. And so if you're from England, you should know someone else, you know. I mean, if someone met you separately from me, they'd say, I met this guy from England, you know, the other week. Do you know him?
You know? Enough.
Yeah, strange. And so, I mean, you always wanted to be a musician, right?
Yes.
From
I
early
still
age.
do.
Strange how that
from
lasts. Yeah.
A really early age.
And then going through history, now 2001 you released an album called...
The First Blood Mystery. Nothing to do with Rambo.
Right. I wasn't going to ask that.
Okay.
But okay.
Just
But that was that on a, like an independent label?
Yeah, it was on a friend's label called Animal Noise.
Right.
Which was part of the Channel 5 group, which now has turned out to be massive in England. And it was all my doing. Just kidding. I didn't mean it like
You
that.
turned them into this big, big label.
I didn't mean it like that.
And then with The Disconnection, your second record, which was what, 2004, was that on a major label that came out?
First, the time it came out, well, when it came out in England, I released it myself.
Right.
And then Dave Stewart took it to Jimmy Iovine and it ended up being released on
Interscope.
And
Here.
WME and then Interscope.
Right.
Yes.
And then you went on to record Slow Motion Addict. Did you move between The Disconnection and Slow Motion Addict? Did you come to LA then?
I didn't actually live here when I was recording Slow Motion Addict. We were just here for a little amount of time and then I moved here after that.
A small amount of time.
A small amount of time, sorry. Grammar's not very good.
No, that's okay. I wasn't questioning the grammar. But you did it...
I'm sorry, Kurt, don't hit me.
You did it with Glenn Ballard.
Yes.
How did that manage to take a small amount of time is the question.
Really?
That's what I was going to ask.
I think it was a financial thing. It has to be done in a small amount of time these days because it all costs too much money.
Right, but then it got...
It probably wasn't a small amount of time as he's used to because I'm a bit whining when it comes to tiny details that no one else is ever going to...
But how long was the process, start to finish?
I don't know, smudge, remember? Are you here? Hello?
It doesn't know what we're talking about back there.
It seems to be done in little chunks.
Yeah.
Over a few months.
A few months.
So you're going back to England in between?
And then coming out and then
Right.
just thinking, why don't I live here?
Now, I mean, I remember...
Mostly getting drunk. Just
Mostly
all the
getting...
time.
Because it's what you do.
What I did.
Did.
At the time.
Sorry. And then, I mean, I remember hearing it because I came to see you play live, I'm guessing, what was that, back in 2006, would it have been?
You did?
I think, 2006, 2007. You played, before it was released, you played
The Viper Room?
Viper Room.
That was a good
Exactly.
show.
It was a good show.
Is that when I threw my shoe at Jack Nicholson?
That bit is gone.
That's exactly what happened. It went
straight there. But I
He was used
mean,
to it, apparently.
and it was, I mean, the album got put off for a while, right?
Yes.
I mean, was that frustrating? Was there any reason behind that?
Probably hundreds. I don't know. I think
Just-
it was around that time where the demise of the music industry was beginning and
And now
some
it's
confusion.
hopefully ending.
there's lots of, when you sign to a major, as you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out quite well for you, but there's lots and lots of people who have to agree on things to make them happen, and everybody has a different opinion of what something should be, and you have to settle on something, and I don't know what happened. It just came out a year after it was supposed to.
Which must have been
And
frustrating. though.
also we were making a film to go
Right,
with
you did the 12 video stroke film.
That's right.
And
With the amazing Jessie Davies.
Jessie Davey. Now, did Was that a concept you came up with afterwards?
That was a concept that
I heard there was this one great actor in one of them.
yeah, and they couldn't do it, so they asked me to do it. Yeah. I think it was Dave's idea.
Dave Stewart, we're
Yeah.
talking about here.
And he was like, I know what you should do. I can't do his accent very well. Django, you could probably do it better than I can.
I know what you should do. No, I can't do it.
Sam, anyone who spends a lot of time with him?
Sunderland.
I've got a great idea. You should make a movie that goes with all the songs. And I was like, okay. So that's what we did. It was fun.
No, it's
Except
good.
all the injuries I got and the...
And the fly that was on your head, you just about got it.
Yeah.
I'll get it for you.
Thanks.
Thank you. See, I'll even get rid of the flies for you.
I killed it. I left it on you though.
Thank you.
Residue.
I'll keep it for later.
What were we talking about?
We're back. We were on Slow Motion Addict. Let's go on. Let's move on to the EP you released last year. Things that you should know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're back being independent again.
Yes.
Now, is this nice to be
Yes.
independent again?
Yeah. Not that it wasn't nice being on a major, but there's certain ups and downs to both.
Right.
And I prefer the ups of being independent than the downs of being on a major label.
But is it more gratifying? I mean, to have complete control over it.
Yes. Yes.
But then
Short
the buck stops at you, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. I had to pay for it all myself.
Right.
Which I'm not whining about that, by the way. It's like, oh my god, I'm an artist. I shouldn't have to pay for anything. But so like that. Yeah, it was. But I got after that whole experience with Slow Motion Addict, and then going on tour with Annie Lennox, which was amazing, and the record company deciding that they didn't want to pay for me to go on tour with Annie Lennox. I just rolled up my sleeves and hand screened a bunch of t-shirts and illegally burned Slow Motion Addict so that I could sell it. And I went on tour and I felt really good, and then I came off tour, and you probably get it too after touring for a long time, this post-tour blues, and I was like, I'm never making another record again. And then I went back home to England and I decided I was going to stay there and live there, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I was like,
Give me
what am
that
I
mess.
thinking? Get me out of here. It's raining and it's summer every day. And then I came back and met Dan Burns, who ended up producing the EP with me, and I love what he did so much that I decided to make another record with him, and I loved it.
And then you got the bug back again, and
Yeah.
you're continuing there.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the songs we should mention tonight you're playing, well, bar one, are not even recorded yet, or at least released yet. should I
We've
say.
recorded 5, but none of them have been
None of them,
released yet.
yeah. None of them are out yet.
No.
I've been privileged enough to hear the sort of, what you call the rough versions, unmixed
Mhm.
versions or whatever. So this is all new material, which is great.
Yes, mostly.
And the last couple of songs you played, which actually I had a couple of questions about them. Although I think you've covered Got to Go already.
It is.
In the sense of,
It's pretty
The LA song.
self-explanatory for the time.
I mean, did you feel that the LA was like stifling at that point in time? Until you got back to England?
No, that was the point. I thought it was great.
Right.
I got here and it was sunny and everyone's just wearing a thong and everyone's got a martini in their fist, wasted, and it's okay, and everyone talks about doing stuff all the time, and you think,
You make it
yeah,
sound like the place is full of
yeah,
cushions.
everyone's gonna do stuff all the time, and then you wake up with a hangover and don't remember anything you said. And I think I was missing someone at the time. That's probably, I was stamping my feet because I was missing someone.
But then you went back to England.
Went back
lasted
to England.
2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
And decided to come back again.
Yes. I don't know, I think for anyone who's been here or lives here, I don't know if you agree with me, it's so sprawling and spread
Yeah.
out, and there's no pockets of...
Well, there's no community.
Yeah, there's no communities at all, so in that sense it can be really lonely, but it also forces you to create your own family and your own, the people that you hang out with here. You have to actively search out the people that you want to hang out with. I think the first time I just chose the wrong people.
So now you're back, you've changed your family.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are a bit more sensible, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and creative, sensible, and not really sensible at all.
No.
But creative, amazing. There's lots of amazing, beautiful people here because it attracts bananas, crazy people. And
No, but isn't that the thing you find about LA, though? That there are a bunch of amazing people as long as you go search for them and find them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that the generalization of LA, which is it's all these kind of vapid individuals that really don't do much and are all
It's
a bunch
not
of
true.
airheads,
It's really not true.
is a bit of a generalization. But you do tend to
There
find...
are pockets like that, though, aren't there? Like on the Strip.
Oh,
everywhere.
huge ones. I'm not suggesting that the majority aren't like that, to be honest, but I mean, let's face it, the place is run by the entertainment industry, so the majority are going to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are these pockets of very creative people that do live here. You just have to find them, and sometimes it's hard to kind of work out where they are. You know, or, I mean, for me, a bit different because I have kids, so I have friends I'm creative with, and parents. You know, they're two families. I got two families,
That's
which are
not
very
to say
separate.
you're not creative parents.
No, some of them are. You know, I know Django and Sam, so I met them somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, LA can be like that. We'd like to get. I think we should kind of move on to more music. So you've got a
Okay.
couple more tracks you're going to play now, and then we'll come back and chat. And afterwards, we're going to take questions from the chat room, and
I forgot about that.
yeah, people that might Skype in, people might. They might even, well, I don't know, they might even go back through your tweets and start asking questions about certain things. I may even do that, I don't know. But, so, and if you do, just at Carina Round, C-A-R-I-N-A, by the way, go back, look through all her tweets, and feel free to ask questions about them, because I'm
I
sure
tweet
she's dying to
in
answer
moments of insanity. That's what I use Twitter for.
them. Well, it would seem that's 95% of the time.
Maybe.
Let's get on and play some more, and we'll come back and chat, and we'll take some questions. I'll take that.
Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that coming down? Shattering sky. Your whole world exploded in flashes of fire. Shards of broken dreams stuck in your head. Pick the pieces out, put them back together as best you can. Through the imperfections and the cracks, you will see the difference between what you think you know, what you know, what you think you know, what you know, what you think you know, what you know, what you think you know. What's that in your mirror? Hey, 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 the girl or the ghost? You tried so hard to let it all go. What's that in your mouth? The curse or the key? Keep waving your tongue around and you'll get hurt eventually. What you think you've given is not what the world has received. What you think you know, what you know, what you think you know, what you know, what you think you know, what you know, what you think you know, what's that in your heart? A chorus of doves afraid to sing. What's that in your way? A mountain of dust in the wind. What's that in your way? What's that in your hey, 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 hey. You've gone for so long. What have you been wanting for? Can you even remember? So far out there, waving your hands and screaming for somebody to remember.
I'm all joyous. I have to play a sad song. Am I allowed to say something? Okay, this is a song from a side project I have called Early Winters. With a man called Justin Rutledge from Canada.
Let's go home together. We've got nothing to lose. I got even less if I'm counting you. Let's go home together. Let's go lose ourselves. I'd give anything to be a deleted scene in a dirty movie only you have seen. Let's go home together. Let's go lose ourselves. Stay and I'll pretend that it's innocent. Heart beats so hardly. A Spanish burner's kind of love can leave no evidence. This kind of love can leave. And your touch is like a long distance phone call in the dead of night from a secret number. Let's go break the silence. Let's go break ourselves. Stay and I'll pretend that it's innocent. Heart beats so hardly. A Spanish burn, this kind of love can leave bruises only in the places you can't see. I'll leave no trail behind me when I am gone.
Got a squeaky door. Someone let an air in? Because we're all spitzing in here.
Here we are again.
Hello again.
Hi.
So the side project with Justin Rutledge. How did that come about? When did you meet, or have you known him a while? I mean, he's from Canada, as you say. So
I like saying that. Hope I didn't offend any Canadians. The aforementioned Dan Burns,
producer.
Yes, was doing a writing session with Justin, and I elbowed in on it. I was like, I'll just sit in the corner on the piano tinkling. I can't play piano, but I just kind of did anyway, because I liked his voice and I liked his writing, and I ended up co-writing that song with him, and we all decided after that, when we went out and got drunk, we decided it'd be a great idea.
Seems to be a continuing theme, the going out and getting drunk.
I'm just putting it as a joke, but we all decided that we'd start a band together and call it Early Winters and make an album, and we've made a record. And we've made 10 songs, and he's coming back down from Toronto in September, and we're going to record 3 more songs and do a show, and then going to put the record out early next year.
Ah, so you're doing other side projects. Also last year, which of course, you know, being one of your Twitter followers, I did notice you were on tour with Pussifer as well last year.
That was so much fun. It was actually amazing because I got to be on the other side, just being like a musician without really. I was just kind of told what to do and had to do it. But I got.
Did it make you realise how badly you treat other people?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I came back and apologised to Simon, who's played with me for 10 years, and I was like, I totally get it. I'm really sorry, and then continued to be a bitch to him. But yeah, that was amazing touring with someone as incredible as Maynard, obviously, and getting to drink Caduceus wine every night at Chupacabra. He's a winemaker also, and brings his wine on the tour, and it's good.
So we're back to the drinking.
Well,
again.
no, you can't really get sloshed on that stuff because it's a bit too special. So that's good.
To the song "Girl on the Ghost," I was sort of being, as I mentioned, a follower of yours on Twitter, and there's one line that's, "What's that in your mouth? Is it the curse or the key?"
Mm-hmm.
Does your mouth ever get you in trouble?
It might do. I'm not sure where that. I thought I was writing that song about a friend of mine when I started writing it.
It seems more autobiographical to me when I'm listening to it.
Yeah, and then I listened to it. Well, it actually came about because I was trying to sing it in the studio and I wasn't getting what I wanted out of myself. And as I often do, was being really hard on myself and couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the performance that I wanted.
And then I was listening to the song, listening to, you know, a rough mix after the day in the studio, and I realized that it wasn't at all about the person that I thought it was about. It was about me, and I had to figure out a way of I don't know, turning it into a joyous moment, because it's pretty miserable if you think about it.
You're a little down on yourself during it. That's
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think it was just a realization of just going, okay, this is what you are. This is who you are. This is what you produce. This is what you make. You just gotta go for it.
so it's more about acceptance than anything
Yeah,
else.
just
then.
being.
That's the way you are.
Yeah, what's that in your mouth? The curse or the key? It's like it's whatever it is. Just do it anyway. And that's the next line is you keep waving your tongue around, you'll get hurt eventually. And yeah, I think it was just about me coming to be comfortable. It's an ongoing process, Curt.
Trust me, it never ends.
Okay.
You know, being a little older than you are,
Shit!
it goes on and on and on, and you will continually question yourself. The next step will be when you have children, you'll still question yourself as to what you're doing to them. So
Right.
it's a never-ending process, I don't think.
What a horrific idea.
Sorry about that. Hate to burst that bubble.
Me having children. Terrible.
It'll happen.
Can I mention my amazing band?
Yes, absolutely.
This is
I could
Simon.
mention your amazing
Okay,
band,
mention
yeah.
my amazing band. This Sam, who's the guitar player. I just
Sam Stewart,
Yeah, Sam Stewart.
Simon Smith,
Simon Smith.
good surname,
It is a good surname. Also known as Smudge.
Smudge, Django Stewart, and Claire Acey.
Yeah. And
Now-
yeah.
Now, Django, Claire, and Sam also have another band.
Yeah, who are
Called?
Amazeballs. They're called Nightmare and the Cat.
Right. And I've heard them as well. I actually was a fan of Django's last band as well, but
Me too.
before he went back to England and came back again.
You charmed on you.
We should, yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, they are good. And actually, you can listen to their music on Facebook. Is the only place right now, right?
Facebook.com/Nightmare and the Cat.
Facebook.com/Nightmare and the Cat. Also performing with you tomorrow night here in LA. Whoever's in LA tomorrow
At the
night.
Hotel Cafe.
Hotel Cafe. Nightmare and the Cat are on at 7. 7 sharp. Carina, you're on at
8 sharp.
8 sharp.
And it's not kidding, just kidding, not kidding. It's 8 sharp.
Well, they are a little strict there.
Yeah.
Having played there myself.
You can have your dinner there.
You can, yes. You can have your cake and eat. You can go there for dinner and be entertained.
Thanks, Django.
I'm going to be there.
Kurt's going
I'm
to be
going to
there.
come. I just found out I'm allowed out tomorrow night.
Now you're going to get...
Because 2 nights in a row is a bit
by
much.
a bunch of fans now?
No, I doubt it. No, I don't get molested. I know them all. This is the joy of Twitter and Facebook and everything else. Is you just end up knowing them all. You know,
That's
it'll
the
be
way
the
to
same.
do it these
Yeah.
days, apparently.
Absolutely. Well, and we were discussing it today. I was actually on this panel today, and they were asking about social media and what the best thing about social media is. And my answer was it normalizes us because, you know, direct contact with people. You're not some like icon anymore or whatever. You're just the
Did you
guy that
ever
I
go
tweet
through
to.
a period of being a swellhead?
A swellhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably before I decided to leave the band and disappear for 10 years because I was a bit too much of a swellhead. Should we explain what swellhead is? Because, you know, I know what you mean.
A swellhead? It's like
Too big for his boots
self-explanatory.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's some questions in the chat room. Okay, no Skypers yet. No one really wants to put their face on camera, a bunch of chickens,
Well,
obviously.
F you then.
Lady Diode.
I don't want to answer your questions.
This
anyway.
is actually an interesting question because I'll tell you something I noticed yesterday. The question is, in what genre would you classify your music? And here's one thing I noticed, which, you know, could pass some people by, but being the kind of person that looks at everything. If you look at The Disconnection, it's under rock on iTunes. If you look at Slow Motion Addict, it's under pop on iTunes. If you look at Things You Should Know, it's under alternative on iTunes. They've decided to change your genre on each one. So anyway, what would you consider your genre is the question. That was just something.
Alternative pop rock.
Correct answer. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Jill Temecula, who are your musical influences?
Part and Tears for Fears.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When I first met Carina, she was like, "Look at you."
No, it was not. No.
Nice house, though. And you read Rumi. I'm impressed.
Nice pull too. Oldies, Tom Waits,
Patti Smith.
Aretha Franklin, Patti Smith, of course, always. I've seen her 6 times. She's amazing. Bob Dylan, Nina Simone, all that stuff.
Classic singer-songwriter kind of.
I have some recent ones too, but
Go.
well,
You can't remember them.
See, that's it.
if you were really nice.
Nico Case is really good. I love her last record. And
Some people not so far away from you.
well, of course, these guys, that's why they're in my band. I want them to make me amazeballs. That's why they're here. Yeah, I can't see.
Too many to mention.
Well,
Okay.
they've gone out of my head. I'm not very good with things.
I put you on the spot.
I'm not very good with things
Remembering
like
things.
that. Yeah,
Being articulate.
I know the
quickly, off
names of
cuff.
my cats, but that's it.
And how many?
2.
I was worried you were a cat lady. For it down like
that's-
15 of them in my small, little
That's my
studio.
mom. She's got 21.
Oh, so you're going to be a cat
Yeah.
lady at some point.
I'm well on the way.
Nightmare 54 says, any chance of a Midwest tour? Well, what are your touring plans?
Can
Why don't we
you
put it
lend me
like that?
some cash?
Is that the answer to Nightmare 54? Can you
Yeah.
lend me some cash to come to the Midwest?
I would love to come to the Midwest. If I'm ever on tour again, I promise to come to the Midwest.
What are any plans for more shows after tomorrow, though?
Yes, actually, Chris Doridas just asked me if I would play his school night, which happens at Bordeaux on a Monday.
You and me both.
Sweet! Maybe we'll play together. And I'm opening for Greg Dooley at the Troubadour on November the 3rd, I think it is. But they're all in LA
So you're having the
so
whole
far.
this summer off? Or you're back in the studio?
Well, I'd like to do tours all the time and every day if possible, but it's not always possible. I'll wait till I've got a record out to tour.
Okay, what's next? Moto Toto 89. Please tell them Yuko, who is from Japan, is watching. Sam and Django know me.
That's amazing!
Can we get Django giving Yuko a wave, please? Who's got a camera?
It's not Yuka.
CA25, I love your lyrics. How do you approach songwriting? Do you tend to write the lyrics or music first, or does it always differ?
I think it always differs.
Thank you.
Oh God, that's such a tough question. I don't.
There are no rules.
I don't
is
know if
probably-
do you get in a state when you're writing that you're not really thinking about what's coming first and what's happening, and then when somebody asks me that, I'm just like, I've never written a song in my life, and I'm never going to write another one because it just doesn't feel like you're doing that at the time. I don't know. It's an odd feeling. And when you come out of it and try and do something normal, it's for me anyway.
Well, and isn't it the end of it? You're like, well, that wasn't that bad, and then you think, but how do I do that again?
Yeah. How do I do it again?
It seemed easy at the time,
Yeah,
and now I've
absolutely.
got a blank canvas, and now what do I do? Where's the
Yeah.
inspiration?
It's agony.
Yeah.
It's absolute
Not that
agony.
I've been there. I
But-
find it really easy.
But I enjoy writing lyrics. Thank you for that.
Joyce from Manila. Okay, is there is there a man behind all these songs? The lyrics are beautiful. It's as if all came from the heart.
There's probably
Many men.
few.
I guess that answers.
Can't remember their names. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
because I was
No.
drunk at the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a couple.
A couple. Mighty Annie, you made my and my husband's shelf hanging project much more enjoyable tonight. I think that's a comment more than anything else. Thank you, Mighty
I'm
Annie.
really
Yes.
glad.
Good music to hang shelves by, apparently.
That's the name of my next record.
Yes.
Music to hang
Music
shelves
to
by.
hang shelves by. Beats some of the other titles, one would have to say.
You'd have to follow me on Twitter to find out what
Yeah,
Curt
if you
is
go
talking
back
about.
through Twitter, you will find some of Carina's various album titles, a few of which made my tour of Australia and Southeast Asia far more enjoyable, I have to say.
Which I'm honoured to discover.
I direct tweeted you from, where was I? A hotel in I was in Australia, actually, I think.
You were.
It was at the beginning of the tour, and that lasted the entire tour. That was a 4-week phrase.
I'm going to start a T-shirt company.
You should, because some of them should make, you know, especially the one today that came out as well. That's a good T-shirt. Your penis is an innie. Just thought I'd share that. We are on the internet, you know. CA25, another question. I saw one of your live shows and you did a cover. I think you said it was a Bob Dylan cover. Your voice was so amazing when you sang it. I was just wondering what the title of that song was.
In My Time of Dying is the title of that song.
One of the more cheerful. So.
Well, I actually ripped it off Led Zeppelin and then later discovered that it was a Bob Dylan song and listened to his version and did think, yes, this is rather depressing, but it's...
But better.
Awesome. So it's yeah, it's a bit. It's actually quite. The lyrics are quite uplifting.
Well, some songs like that. Well, it depends what you do musically with it. I mean, if you go back to "You and Me," your song earlier, which was, well, my kids were wondering why I was sort of like a little teary-eyed listening to it on the plane flying back, you know, from the Bahamas, as you do yesterday. And they're like, "Dad, you big puff." But I mean, the subject matter is a little down, but the actual thing is quite joyous.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I think I discovered that I write quite depressing songs a lot, and I try and put a joyous element to it because...
I mean, it sounds like a childish loss, you know, it's like one of
Yeah.
those things which had that sort of childish innocence joy about it, which is what I loved. Well, it made it more poignant, though, as well, I think.
Right. Well, obviously from the lyric, the song is about missing someone.
Yes.
I don't think you can really miss that. And it's, I don't know, there's obviously something very bittersweet about that longing feeling of knowing someone's out there and you can't see them, and it's the memory of all the amazing things that happen that
Right.
make you miss them so much. So,
But trying to remember the good side of it as opposed to the bad side of missing.
yeah, absolutely.
I got it. Okay, let's get on with more music. I think we're going to finish with another 2 songs.
2 depressing songs.
I actually don't find them that depressing.
Okay, good.
Especially Backseat, which will be the last one. I'm going to jump in the middle of the 2 songs just to say goodbye and
Okay.
do more plugging for you, because that's what I'm here for. You know,
Thanks.
I'll put in my invoice afterwards. So thank you to Carina Round. I will be back in between songs to say goodbye. Oh, we're all going to sing along. Trust me, it's going to be one big party in here.
If anyone can't sing, just mine, please. Drop me off in the desert for a while. Such hard working minds make love easy to deny. Simplicity hurts. Take love for what it's worth. Simplicity hurts. Take love. Take love. It's not complicated. It's just hard sometimes. How long have you waited for the one who can truly recognize simplicity hurts? Take love.
return.
Okay, well that's nearly it for another show. Last time I took a 1-week break, now I'm going to take a 4-week break. The next show, because I actually head off on tour next week with Tears for Fears, next show is going to be September the 8th, and we'll be announcing bands over the next 4 weeks, and then we'll be here pretty much permanently. I'm going to stay at home for a while. Big thanks to Carina Round. And thanks to the band, Sam Stewart, Simon Smith, Django Stewart, Claire Acey. Tomorrow night, if you're in LA, playing at Hotel Cafe, Nightmare and the Cat go on at 7 o'clock sharp. Apparently you can have dinner there. Carina goes on at 8 o'clock sharp. I shall be there waving and cheering along. Big thanks to the crew. Another great show. Thanks to New Tech for the equipment that made the show possible, and also for the last song, Simplicity Hurts. By the way, if you get a chance, go on YouTube. There's this very cool video that Carina did on her own. It's actually, did you write it to the dripping water, by the way?
No, I wrote it like a couple days before, and then. Do you want to explain or shall I?
Yeah, well, you can, but no, I mean, basically, it was raining in LA, right?
Yeah.
There's dripping water going into a bucket, and she's singing along to that rhythm.
In my apartment.
In your apartment. To the computer, that close.
Yeah.
It was very cool. And the next song, Backseat, which is actually my favorite, I think, has a wonderful video to it also. We may, well, all join in, sing along. Please, everyone here, feel free. You'll hear Carina sing the chorus first. You'll know when to come in because other people will start singing. So thanks again for another great show. We'll see you September 8th. Carina Rand.
Thank you for having me. We were sleeping in fears, letting go of our friends, scaring our friends. We were seeing clearer, closing our eyes, and our lashes intertwined. The things you find in the backseat of your mind, what you find. And we felt each other's footprints in the snow, full of warm, red alcohol. In the snow, we were learning to make the world stand still, and it will. But until, do I lie in the backseat of your mind? Do I lie? Just a second, and we're gone. Just an imprint when we're done. Just a second, and we're gone. Just an imprint when we're done. It should be forever, God told me. We are born into the wrong time. It should be forever, God told me. We are born into the wrong time.